Buckle up, sports fanatics. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast, your HQ for in-depth sports talk. Join host Kevin L. Warren and crew as they dissect the hottest stories, ignite debates, and bring you closer to the action. From locker room whispers to expert takes, we cover it all. It's game time, so strap in and grab a drink. The Sports Chasers Podcast starts right now.
Hey, good evening, everybody. What's happening, everybody? It's another edition of the Sports Chasers Podcast coming to you live and direct. It's the weekend rewind, man. We are rewinding from the weekend on the past sporting news and games that have went through down this weekend, man. We're glad to have everybody, but let's just do this call for action, man. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe to our channels, man. That's right, on Twitch and YouTube. Make sure you hit the bells for all the notifications and for all of my peoples on the podcast. D-Dubs, can you hear me?
What's going on?
D-Dubs?
Yeah, I hear you now. I don't know. You kind of muted yourself.
Yeah. I don't
but
know
you good now. You good. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
Yeah,
What's happening tonight, sir? What's going on tonight?
Nothing, man. It's Monday night. A lot of stuff going on. NBA draft lottery going on. It's the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. You got a lot of good guys in this draft. It's kind of, I think one would say it's deep. I'm gonna let the NBA the NBA guy, my main man Ryan, but he won't be on tonight if I'm not mistaken. So we'll talk about it. But other than that, good sports weekend. We got the Knicks in Boston tonight. We got Minnesota and Golden State tonight. So with that being said, what's up, E? How you doing?
Yo, what's going on, D-Dubs? What's going on with you? Another Monday night.
Yeah.
Hey, Debbie D in the chats. Yeah. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
No doubt.
Yeah, man, we got a little to talk about, man. Like you say, got the NBA draft lottery tonight. You got them Hurricanes and them Capitals going on. Puck just dropped a few minutes ago, so we got to touch on,
man. Okay. Well, we waiting on the main man to get on, but let's see what we got going on. Also NFL mini rookie camp that went on this past weekend. See Shador flinging it around, looking pretty good out there. So can't really tell nothing. It's just rookie camp, but these guys try to get really excited about it, but it's not really nothing to talk about, man. Other than they just flinging the ball around, trying to get acclimated with one another. Another one, which I was kind of shocked with, Derek Carr. What you got on him? Call it quits.
Oh, Derek Carr is a very I don't have stats pulled up, but he's a very interesting quarterback. I want to say he played. Let me pull this stuff up. Yeah, I want to say that, and I think me and you talked about him before. That 1 year that he had in L.A., Oakland, when he was with the Raiders, it seemed like that was the coming of age for that team, and they got bounced. I want to say in the first round, something like that, and then it seemed like they could never get right. It was either an injury or somebody doing something crazy. I can't remember the receiver's name now, but it seemed like things just started falling apart for that team, man. But Derek Carr was a very serviceable quarterback in the league for his career. Never was like a top 10 in stats or anything like that, but you could see the progression over the years when he was with the Raiders. And like I said, after that year when they got to the playoffs, man, it seemed like it just all fell apart. And I believe New Orleans thought that they was going to come in and kind of resurrect some things there, and they had some pieces, but again, things just fell apart. What you got on?
Yeah, big time. 34 years old. What was this? Still keeps his $10 million roster bonus. Still young, relatively young, but I think he has some type of injury though that which would made him, think about calling it quits. So
I believe it was a shoulder. He had some kind of shoulder injury.
Degenerative shoulder something going on with him. So 11 seasons, man. That's a pretty solid career, and especially in NFL, man. The quarterback.
Right.
So
yeah, definitely. So let me go to this other story. Yeah, thank you, D-Dubs. You had that lined up. Let me go back to the NFL here. The NFL. Do I have the NFL? Yeah, do I have the NFL? Oh, the NFL has released their full schedule. They're going to be coming out. They're unveiling their full schedule. The 2025 schedule. It'll be revealed at May 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So they announced the season
International
opener.
Football League.
The Philadelphia Eagles will host the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday and September 4th. And who else there? They got the international games. You got the Chiefs. They're opening against the Chargers in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Just like how the Eagles did last year. You have the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders. They're opening up against the excuse me. Oh, against the Chiefs. Excuse me. And Washington Commanders. I'm sorry, and the Dolphins. They will be in Madrid, Spain, on Sunday, November 16th. So that's some of the international games, and also you got the London, and you got believe they're playing in Germany, and then you have a Super Bowl rematch: the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. That's going down. The Chiefs will also face the Buffalo Bills, continuing the high stakes quarterback duel between Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, and then you have the Giants. They have the toughest schedule. Don't know how, but based on their opponents, the 2024 win percentage is .574, and the Niners, the DA's Niners, they have the easiest projected schedule at a winning percentage of .415. And some of the broadcast details is as such. The shows will be on the full release schedule will be on the NFL Network and ESPN2. And ESPN, all that stuff. What you think about the schedule?
Like I said, man, it's the International Football League now. They're trying to expand. Of course, you might as well say London is like another NFL city since we've been going there for a very long time now. Yeah. Especially with the Jaguars and whatnot. So nothing surprising, man. They're trying to branch out a little bit, man. Trying to grab some more of that international money. It's no surprise, man. Yeah, that's all I got, man.
Got you. D-Dubs, thoughts on the NFL schedule? I know you just peeked back in.
Yeah, I was piggybacking out the NBA this draft lottery, and is looking kind of they're drumming up the drama, but the draft
for TV.
The schedule. Yeah, the schedule. Yeah, for TV. Yeah, the schedule is the schedule, man. I'm just upset again. The Giants got a hard schedule. They sucked all year, and then they end up with either the number one hardest schedule in the NFL, which I just I'm like, how and why? I thought if you're terrible,
you probably
with a decent
they rotate. You rotate.
Yeah.
So
that also kind of. It depends on who the division is playing as a whole. So I think because you had Philly, you had Washington in the playoffs, that kind of upped the ante for the whole division.
Yeah.
So more than likely, the whole division is going to be in the top tier when it comes to strength of schedule.
What they got, the AFC West?
The Giants.
I don't have it. It's not. I don't think it's.
Just name one team. It'll tell you who they're playing. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, because the best would be the AFC
and probably the NFC North.
Yeah, so I mean, the Giants would be playing the NFC. If they're playing the best, they're playing the AFC West. Well,
or the North,
yeah.
AFC North, maybe.
Yeah, that would be the best conference.
Let's see.
So that means y'all would play, one of the 4 teams, 3 of the 4 you play in the season. So somebody you wouldn't get, but you would get 3 of the 4.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's a hard schedule.
Well, look, man, you got to get better. They always hard. Yeah, y'all just got to get better quicker. That's all.
This is true.
That's the hard part, right? Because it's going to.
It is.
In this case, I can say I know it rotates, right? So we'll play
the Giants. Oh, hold on, D. Hold that thought. Oops, I just had it, and it just the Giants will face the NFC North and the AFC West. Yes, y'all was correct.
AFC West. Yep.
Yeah. So you get 2 West teams, probably 2 games, which may be 2 good games. You might get the Raiders and Seattle. No, not Seattle. I'm sorry, the Raiders and
Kansas City.
Kansas. Well, you don't want that one. Y'all gonna lose that one.
Well, no. That matter of fact, that is who we got. We got Kansas City. We got the Minnesota Vikings. We got Green Bay. We got San Diego. The Chargers.
There you go. That's your 2.
So, yeah, we got some. Yeah.
Rush the quarterback.
Yeah.
Just put your money in that, and you'll win a lot of those games.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those teams don't run the ball. So if you can rush the quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
then you can get after them. But if you're not rushing quarterback, you're just going to play into their hands, and you're going to lose. So that's basically what's going to happen. I can tell you before the season starts.
Yeah, definitely. Let me move to the off-court stuff here. The not off-court, but yeah, I guess it's off-court, but it has to just do with sports and news. And Charles Barkley, and this is from the New York Post, and this was happening on the 10th, reported by the Post. Barkley says he made a bold declaration. Charles Barkley, known for his candidness, stated on Outkick with Dan Dinkich. He says ESPN, and he dared the network to fire him, emphasizing his substantial 10-year, $210 million contract signed in 2022. He's a critics of ESPN's NBA coverage. Barkley criticized ESPN's focus on teams like the Lakers and Warriors, arguing that teams such as Oklahoma City and Cleveland deserve more attention. He specifically called out analyst Kendrick Perkins for labeling the Lakers as contenders, a claim Barkley disputes.
I don't, man. Look, Kev, I'm sorry. I've been gone a whole week. I don't understand this shit. Like, because most days. I'm sorry. I said most times we saw Kendrick Perkins saying, "Hey, why the hell y'all talking about the Lakers? They in damn near last place." I think those two just got a personal, like maybe over some hamburgers or some chicken wings or some shit. But they got a personal, right? Because I don't think now. Again, Kev, we said Kendrick. Shoot, from week to week, you don't know what that fool's gonna say. I don't think he knows. Because 1 week LeBron's too old, he need to retire. The next week, he's the best player in the world. I have no idea.
Dallas Mavericks, number 1 pick. Sorry.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
This is fixed.
DA, go ahead. What you said?
This should be fixed.
This is fixed. The Dallas Mavericks got the number 1 pick.
And you know who that is?
For the lottery.
I'm not
flag.
even started with that.
Put a flag in it. Put a flag in it.
We might as well focus on this. This
flag
is
isn't actually the first.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Kevin. I didn't mean to hijack it, but
I don't know if Flag would be the first player. But for TV and money, they just getting what they lost, right?
Yeah.
Instead of a Slovakian flag, they get an American flag.
Just like defense.
Yeah. At least he tries. And I think
you try than you don't.
Yeah, I think he tries. He's a good athlete. He's a good athlete, man. He's not a great athlete, he's a good athlete. But he probably will go first, even though just for the optics of it and how it looks for Dallas, though he's not the best of the first 3-4 players. He doesn't have the highest top. I think Ron Harper Jr. got the number 1. He's a 6'7" point guard, like for real point guard. And then this boy that plays with him, he's a 6'10" 3. So those are probably
Bailey.
Yeah, those are probably the best. Yeah, that you could like for going to the pros, being prepared to be pros, and all the rest of that.
But just look at
Flag is he's official now. Though I've been watching him since he was before he went to the second high school he went to. So he's been for real forever. So
well, I'm just saying, San Antonio is going to get better. They got the second pick. Philadelphia gets the third. And my God, and Charlotte just can't get a break. They get 4.
4 is good for them, though. 4.
I mean, in this draft, 4 is a delight.
4 is good. Like all 4.
What they already got on that roster.
Yeah. Listen, Buddy from Alabama's nice. Melo Ball's nice, right? So they got 2 hitters.
If they stay healthy,
get one more. They get this next kid, whoever he's at. Because remember, the Lakers left the center back there. So dude from Duke is still there, right? The Lakers ain't want him. So they left him right there, So he's still there. The Lakers could have used him this year. They could have used that cat this year. So that'd be all right. Listen, Charlotte be all right. They just need a shooter. And, what's the name? The cat name from Alabama. He can shoot that thing, man. What's his name? Prince or something? Kid from Alabama. But he's
Brandon Miller.
He can shoot that thing, man. He can shoot that. He's a hitter, man. He's real deal. So whatever they get, they don't have to get no center. They don't have to jump out the window or nothing. They'll just get a 2 or 3 or a shooter. They'll be fine.
You think they would trade LaMelo Ball?
No. There's no other reason to come to the stadium.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no reason to even come there.
Here's according to the 4-letter networks their NBA draft status. They said they got Cooper Flag 1.
Don't listen to them ever.
Hold on 1 second, D. Dylan Harper 2, Ace Bailey 3, and VJ Edgecombe number 4. And you got my man from Fears from Oklahoma. He's number 5.
Yeah,
that's how they got them.
Yeah, I never listened to ESPN. So yeah, because they don't even like their college people that used to do college basketball don't really do it no more, and they're not in depth as they used to be. And I think they kind of, and I know what ESPN does. We already say it. They follow the needle, and the needle is Duke. Having Duke on TV as much as you possibly can, even when Duke wasn't that great of a team, early in the season. Now, they became a pretty good team towards the end of the year, but they had them on every week, but that's what ESPN does with every sport, right? So they're going to, and I think Cooper Flag is deserving of being number 1. I think he's deserving of it. I believe so. But I don't think he's a far and away number 1 because there are good arguments for a lot of other dudes to be number 1, right? So dudes that came from overseas that were pros already, those things are still happening. Like they got 2 or 3 French kids that play professional over there now that the Knicks already have one on their team that they don't play. But, that could play in the NBA right now and do what they do. So that's just telling folks, I'm not saying I'm a conspiracy guy, but I'm saying you get rid of a fat Luka for not fat Luka. Yeah. Yep. And if this lottery thing is supposed to get the most chances based upon the worst, that means maybe New Orleans is supposed to get 10 balls and Dallas 2.
They got 7, by the way.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, folks. That's just what that's all. Doing the math, God.
Let me give you some more since D doesn't like ESPN and I'm not too fond of them either, as y'all know. CBS Sports, this is their top. This is their top 5. They got Flag 1, Harper 2, Bailey 3, Edgecombe 4, and Trey Johnson number 5. That's CBS Sports. Yahoo, they got Flag 1st, Harper 2, Bailey 3, Edgecombe 4, and Trey Johnson from Texas 5, and Jeremiah Fears number 6 from Oklahoma.
Same song. I am not downing the pick. I think it's a good pick. I just think, and then maybe they're right because their pick is based upon what people have seen, not based upon what the roof is, ceiling or floor, whatever it is, So, but I think it's a good pick for them. You think about it, they'll have, as Mike says, they'll have Kyrie, they'll have AD, they'll have Flag, but even bigger than that, they'll have Lively and the other brother there. Those are the most important dudes on the team, are those two. So, because AD doesn't want to play center, under no circumstances, and Lively is going to have to do that. So, with that being said, they're going to be a faster team, a more running team. They're going to be okay until the wheels fall off. But remember, and Flag is going to have a chance to, kind of plant his flag because Kyrie won't be back to the middle to end of next year. So,
right.
You wait and see, but he can play now. I'm never going to say Cooper Flag can't ball. He can absolutely ball out for real.
Well, you're just saying that his defense ain't going to be on point.
No, I'm just saying he's not as good as the other two as far as his ceiling is concerned.
Okay.
That's all. I know he's going to play defense. He's going to play. He's going to block shots. He's not, he's a passing lane block shot dude. If he get the right matchup, he will guard you straight up and down. In college, you don't really get to see that because they play, zone there for real. Like, they and the 3-point shot is closer. So in college, they play zone for real. So you don't really see a lot of teams play man to man.
Right.
That's why it was such a big thing back in the days when Syracuse had dudes in the matchup zone and this, that, and the third, because a lot of teams don't play man to man in college. So you'll see next year what he can do on the man to man. In college they definitely know. So they'll be okay. I think he can shoot it. He got a good handle too for his height. I think
that's what I was going to say. That would be another ball handler to bring the ball up and start the offense and blah blah blah. So we'll see what Mr. Kidd will do with this team, man, going forward. If he is indeed their pick.
Yeah, and like I said, I know one thing he won't do. He won't dribble the ball 30 times before he passes it. No, that's what I know he's not going to do that. So that's for sure. As much as people may want to see that he won't do. So,
What does this mean for Philadelphia as they crept back into the top four?
They're getting rid of dudes right now, and it's fixed again. Right, come on, y'all.
Hey, I gotta ask the questions, brother. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm with you for answering the questions. I'm just saying, I'm not. I really ain't. I really, like they're already getting dudes now. Like they already are. They're getting rid of dudes to sign the other kid that they got the beginning of the season last year. I forget his name. He played all year. He's a small forward. He's real good. He wasn't even in the league. And they signed him, and he was doing well this year at small forward. Oh, they're getting rid of dudes. Like they're.
What does this do for Embiid? Because are you still got all your eggs with him? I mean,
he's just got to shut up and play.
Nah,
he's got to shut up and play.
Not for him to go, in my opinion.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that. They're not smart enough to do that, but they will. Yeah, it will be a situation. They'll be like, yo, man, shut up and play.
Okay. Good. Trust in the process, I guess.
Yeah.
Trust in the process.
We see how far it got him, right? Yeah.
They just can't get rid of him. It ain't they trust the process.
Yeah.
They just can't get rid of that fool.
The other I'm sorry, Kev. The other big news is Giannis. He's making claims that this is not it for him in Milwaukee. Thinking about cashing out or requesting see if they get him a trade to get him out of there. So
you're saying that he's not trying to leave Milwaukee?
No, he wants to leave. He's on record.
He's giving the green light.
Yeah, he's giving a green light to.
All right, cool.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I don't know what that's going to look like for him.
And before everybody starts saying, "Oh, the Giannis to the Lakers and all that stuff," the Lakers don't have it.
How? They can't afford them. You know what? People, do you know what Milwaukee is going to ask for?
Saying, yes, right.
No. I'm just saying. Think about it, right? Okay, we all know KD is KD, right?
Right.
What did Phoenix have to give up to get KD.
Facts.
Hell, we don't even have to go that far. What did the Knicks have to give up to get Bridges? Okay, Giannis is potentially in his prime right now. What is he? 28?
He's 30.
29? He's 30?
30. Yeah.
Sheesh. Okay. Well, he's in his prime. You're not going to get Giannis for a bag of chips and some Marlboro Lights. It's not going to happen.
I think only Houston.
Marlboro Lights. my man.
I think only Houston can do it, and it'll be for Sengun and Green.
Well, listen, if you got draft capital, if you got draft picks, man, you can make things happen.
OKC.
I don't think no one got them. OKC don't want them. They don't want them, though. I don't think OKC want them. They want to kind of
go.
We'll see.
Well, if they lose to Denver, they might want to rethink.
Well, I think because of the GM has done so well that he trusts the process for sure. Because he did the same thing with when KD was a young man. He's like, look, man, we just gonna play it along, let these dudes get better, and see where we end up at. And they got a good team, even if they don't win. They got a great team. They're 2 years into this team as it is. Now, I don't know what'll happen. Mike says Sacramento. I don't know what Sacramento has to trade away, other than my main man. What's his name, son?
Sabonis.
Sabonis. And a bunch of guards. I don't know if I don't know what they would do, man. I don't know. But the other thing too is, as stated, Giannis does want to go to a contender. So we have to think about who they are, who real contenders are. Not on paper contenders like the Lakers. And we like contenders, that really have a chance of winning. Because contenders are the guys that are in the top 2 or 3 all year. Top 2 or 3 teams all year. But that's a lot of picks, man. For a lot of years coming down the line. And no one stays that good for that long. So, but we've seen stupider things done. So,
wherever he goes, he has to, win now.
Gotta win now.
Gotta win now.
Because he already 2 years has failed. 2 years.
So with that being said, potentially anywhere that he goes, he's not going to win now. Because if you
he's going to require a lot,
right? You got if you get Sengun and you get Green, okay, you got old boy Thompson. Thompson is Giannis 2.0 kind of sort of. He's not a shooter.
Oh yeah.
So
I hear what you're saying.
Have to send 2, 3, 4 picks along with that. So
I hear what you're saying. So that and you're right. You're absolutely right. So what means Giannis is going to he's either going to request the trade or request that team in Milwaukee right now to do something, figure out something to make this roster better, to get him over the hump.
Well, it's going to be equal money, so you got to do that in the NBA. So whatever you trade, whatever you get, it got to be equal dollars in, equal dollars out.
And the thing about it is that there's nobody. What's on that roster? Because Dame is hurt. He's going to be out a whole year.
Yeah.
What else you got? So I don't know. He's really in a tough spot, to be honest with you.
Got 2 Lopez's.
To be honest with you, he's in the tough spot.
He's stupid.
To be honest, at his age, he's probably best just to stay there and try to make something work.
Nope, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
he should have left the first time. He got greedy. He should have left the first time. Leaving now is going to be very hard, man.
Yeah, he got the money. He got the bag.
You talking about after he won
after the chip?
Yeah, well, he got that next contract.
Yeah,
right.
He got next contract.
He got mad after he was going to bounce, and he signed it, and now that's how dudes stick themselves because they won't get that paper. And I'm not wrong with that because I want to get my paper too, but it's just hard to make a trade, man, because it's dollars in, dollars out. So whatever you're gonna give up for him, you got to get. If you give him, you got to get the same amount back, even if they're expiring contracts, whatever it is, you got to get that money back, even if it's for a year. So I don't know what they're gonna do. but he'll be all right. He's rich. He'll still be rich.
Like
Miami don't have enough to trade. Like they talk about Miami.
Nope.
Miami ain't got nothing to trade.
Nope.
They got who? The Tyler Hero for what? Come on, stop. They don't have enough
that's
players.
That's the Marlboro Lights I was talking about.
Yeah, that's very, very much so.
And that's no shade to Tyler Hero, but you're not in that. You're not in that.
It's not enough. It's not enough to get him. No.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
So you push out the conference that he's in now, right? You're not going to trade anybody in your conference, right? That's the North or whatever they're called, right? The Central. Well, I don't know what they are now.
Milwaukee's in the Central.
Yeah. So it's not going to be a Central team. The Knicks, everybody loved talking about that stuff, but
Oh, your main man was talking about it today. But go ahead.
Yeah, boy, that guy there, boy.
Stephen A.
But TV ain't even on, and I know he's stealing. Yeah, my TV's not even on, and I know he's stealing. But like I said, I am not sure why they would do that.
Folks,
my TV automatically skipped that channel.
I don't know why. The Knicks would even. I mean, the Knicks would want it, and it makes sense. But like adults start to,
you start looking at the bills.
Math. Yeah,
you start looking at the bills, and you be like, "Yo, we can't afford this steak."
Yeah. Look, baby, I know we ain't got no money. I'm going to fucking here and get me a tomahawk steak right now.
No, you need to go get Spam. That's
yeah.
You need to go get Spam and put some ketchup
ramen noodles.
Fry up that bologna like when you was a kid. That's what you about to
do. Let it better act like y'all know, man. Stop playing.
Yeah, that's so. That's why I find it to be, like, and you know what, people are in the fantasy world, and but when I sit down to think about it for the show, I start kind of, strike these shows and these opinions out, because I'm like, that don't make no damn sense. It don't make no sense, and no planet doesn't make any sense to
me. Back in the days, he's the Mets broadcaster, but he used to be, I think Harry Rose is still on WFAN, but he's the Mets broadcaster. And when growing up and listening to Harry Rose, he used to say, I hate hypothetical trades because 9 times out of 10 they are stupid. They make absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we're just living, and the DA just said it, we're living in a fantasy world. Yeah. Especially if the money and all that stuff don't jive and don't connect and don't make sense. So like me, I when I started off this particular thing, when I said, the Lakers are going to get, shut up. How?
Came and pulled that off in 2K. Y'all need to stop, man.
They take off the sliders off of that and then they make it work. That's how they make it work on 2K.
Push it through, buddy.
If you don't play the players you have now, what the hell makes you think another team is going to want to play them?
Well, Red Auerbach Jr.
I'm just saying.
You have to wait for that episode of the podcast with him and the longevity GOAT King. So
yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
you're going to play the dudes you got now, but you're going to convince another team to take them and play them? Whatever. Right.
Yeah.
Like Milwaukee wants to lose all their goddamn money because they won't play Jackson Hayes. Right? How much he making? He's getting $125 a month, and I'm trading him for Giannis? Stop playing.
Yeah.
And plus, Giannis, at least from what he said, and you're right, Michael, but Giannis is not the dude that likes to be friends, man. He said that way back when. He's not the dude that's down with being friends and playing with LeBron and doing this and doing that. And he's not down with them, man.
Yeah, and I love it. I'm glad he's not. Glad he's not.
He don't really do that. So with that being said, I can't really see that even being a destination for him. Because he doesn't want to be a part of the Lakers' legacy. He wants his own. Now, he wanted to get it in Milwaukee. It doesn't happen. Maybe, like Michael said, they'll go down with the Pelicans. Because Giannis probably had as good as the end of a season as anybody in the NBA and weighs less than Luka. They're not that. So, he's been on this thing. So.
Yep, definitely. Let me move on here to the next thing. This is a feel-good article. I think it is. Michael Jordan, he's returning to the NBA coverage. The NBA legend Michael Jordan will serve as a special contributor to NBC Sports on his NBA coverage starting in 2025 to 2026 season. NBC returns to NBA broadcasting, and they'll be resuming broadcast after a 23-year hiatus, having last aired at games in 2002. Wow, it's been that long. Jordan's role here, while specific details are not yet to be disclosed, Jordan is expected to provide insights and commentary, leveraging his extensive experience and legacy in the sport. Then you have the nostalgic elements to this. NBC plans to bring back the iconic Round Boy Rock theme music composed by John Tess, aiming to evoke nostalgic among longtime NBA fans. I'm going to say something about that in 30 seconds. Fan reaction, and then they said there's some AI usage. Let me say something. This whole basketball season, and I hate to sound, why we're rehashing, but sometimes you have to rehash. There was some of these new folks, generation that was saying, the NBA is too nostalgic. And I think one of those was Red Auerbach Jr. It's just too nostalgic. Well, why would NBC? Why? I'm going to ask this, and this is probably a rhetorical question because y'all know we watched NBC back in the 90s and the early 2000s. Why would NBC bring back Michael Jordan to comment and be a special commentary? And why would they bring back some nostalgic things? I'll go with D-Dubs first. We done with the 90s, remember? We done with the 90s.
That's what they said, right?
We done with the 90s. That's what they were saying this whole basketball season.
But guess what they're doing? They bring it back.
The 90s.
Yeah, man, it is what it is, man, because everybody know that this group of this generation is just, it's not hitting on nothing. That's just the real. I mean, and that's not no, you know how this hating.
Nobody's hating or anything like that, but
it is what it is, man. It's just not hitting. So I really don't understand. I'm with it, but I don't know what's this, what's Jordan's commentary going to bring. I really have to see how this is going to play out because Michael has not said anything over since he's been gone. So we don't even know if the mofo could talk. I mean, to be honest with you, he did talk in interviews and he did handle his business. But as far as calling games or whatever the case, I don't know if he's calling games or
they said special commentary. So they said
special commentary. What does that mean? I don't know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. This is a little bit much to do about nothing as of right now until we can figure it out. But yes, Kev, they bring it back nostalgia for a reason.
Money.
Yeah.
Red Auerbach Jr. For those that don't know who I talk about when I say Red Auerbach Jr., that would be one JJ Redick, the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. I call him Red Auerbach Jr. And I say that with all tongue in cheek. Go ahead, D.A.
Yeah.
I don't see it working. I don't think it's going to work. I don't know why they're doing it other than money. Yeah. Look, man, listen.
And
I don't think he'll make it to 2026. I don't. First off, JJ may not be there in 2026.
Yeah.
And two, Michael really. He may not do it because whether the honey pot has been made sweeter or not, the reality is Michael could not relate to younger players as an owner.
Correct.
So him getting there and anything that he says is a problem, right? Anything he says, he's hating. And once he sees that, because you got to remember, Michael Jordan lived the life of what the heck? Some of this,
I don't know.
ringing in my ears. He has always lived the life of, except for maybe his first season, as being a beloved player. When he get out here and hear this echo system that we have, echo chamber, out here, where one person says something and then it becomes this big brouhaha, big ado, Mike is going to be like, man, listen, man, I ain't doing this. I'm out. Because I'm a billionaire.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, he doesn't have to do this.
Yeah, I'm a billionaire.
And I really don't know why he's
doing somebody a favor because I think NBC is needing to make sure that they blow back up this NBC NBA thing.
Yeah.
Right. And that's all. This is the guy, like I always talk about, in the marketing meeting, sitting in the chair in the corner.
Yeah. That's great idea.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, golly gee. And you call in Michael, and Michael like, do what? All right, listen, man. I owe you. We had to get it up back in the 90s. I'm gonna do this for you for a year. Just like, because the reality is this. And now,
6 months. I would say 6 months.
Yeah, I give you a perfect example. Tom Brady, best quarterback ever did that.
I was just about to say that.
People do not like Tom Brady doing commentary.
Nope. These new jacks don't like it.
Man, and most times people don't, because Tom sometimes is when you're that good, you expect everyone to be that good.
That's a great point, DA.
So it's very hard for Tom Brady to be up there. Oh, well, he missed the check off with that. And the guy's like, God damn, give me a fucking break. Tom only been playing 2 years. But Tom was like, yo, you got to do this. When I did it, you got to do this and do that. Under Bill, there was no BSing around. We had da.
Look at all the greats. They don't last long coaching or teaching these other guys. Isaiah, let's go down the line. Isaiah, Magic, Bird, none of them. Yeah. They dibbled in it, and they Bird was probably the best out of the.
You say Bird lasted the longest.
The longest.
He made it right, coach and GM.
But you could tell that it was such a grind on him that when you expect the excellence and they're not giving it back. These guys, they tend to, and then the young guys tend to resent the older guys.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And I don't think Michael want to come back with LeBron playing.
And that's another thing.
Automatically, he never said anything about LeBron. He never brought up the topic.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing that he ever wanted to deal with.
I was waiting for you to say something.
The first time he gets on TV with LeBron playing the game and he says something, then it becomes. Michael is 60-something years old, man. These dudes don't want to deal with this crap. They don't come on for what?
You see Charles, and I respect Charles.
Yes.
Charles is 1 foot in and 1 foot out. He's like, dude, I'm about to be retired. ESPN, y'all could go to hell. I'm going to say what I got to say. I'm going to talk my stuff. And you're right. You guys are 60 years old, man. They ain't really not. These are kids.
They don't deal well with it, man. Man, look,
that's all.
You got to make it free throws. Oh, man.
He says that I didn't like, man. Or you start making up something like Draymond Green makes up, dog, I'm tired of him, bro.
I'm sick of him. I know we didn't get a chance last week, but I don't want to spend. But I'm sick.
Yeah, it's not even worth it. But
whatever.
Yeah,
whatever. I'm just saying I don't.
But these guys are it's too much, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you might. I'm sorry, Kevin. Replying back to what Michael Bristol said.
No, we love the comments. Keep the comments coming. We love the comments.
Right, Mike. But the thing is that they don't know what to say back. Like, it's like when you see a fine woman, you say, "Yeah, girl, you looking good today, man," and she just looking at you like, don't know what to say. You were having sex with me with your eyes. My glass is so thick, I actually wasn't talking to you. I don't know what you're talking about, but these guys don't know how to even take what he says. Because if it's not always praise, it seems, then it's a problem. And again, my point is, I don't think Michael Jordan got a problem with that. I just don't think he wants to deal with it at 65 years of age. That's all.
Damn, is he 65? Right?
Yeah, I don't think he's that old.
Damn, he put him in the 70. God.
Well, look, dude, he would have graduated from college when I graduated from high school. So he's got to be,
62. Yeah,
it's 62. Okay.
So
shout out to my MJ. Let me go to this next.
You and that's E. E may not care though.
Yeah, go ahead, E. I'm sorry.
Nah, man, at the end of the day, like everybody said, it's all about ratings. One thing about guys from yesteryear and events from yesteryear compared to today is that they still hold weight. These guys still hold weight because they were great. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, today's public don't know how to take greatness. They don't know how to accept it. They only accept it how it's presented to them in today's form, not from history, not from years past. So, and there might be a reason why, if he does accept this or whatever he goes through with it, why he's a special counsel, a special commentator. We don't know what that looks like. It might be once a month that he's actually on the air for specific games. And I highly doubt that he will speak on anything regarding LeBron, because why should he? Just saying.
Why should he? You're right. Let me go on to the next story here. This is from CBS Sports. The Rockies, they fired Bud Black on yesterday. Colorado moves on from longtime manager after historically bad start to 2025 season. Bud Black fired after 8+ seasons with the Rockies. He was dismissed on yesterday after a disastrous 7-33 start. To the 2025 season. Black has been at the helm since 2017, compiling a record of 544 and 699 losses, 90 losses, with a 441 record. The Rockies, their current record ties with the 1998 Orioles for the worst 39-game start in MLB history since 1900. The interim manager appointed as third base coach Warren Scheffner has been named interim manager for the remainder of the season. Recent embarrassing losses, and I think I put this in our group chat the other day. Prior to his dismissal, the Rockies suffered a 3-touchdown loss to the San Diego Padres, marking their 8th consecutive loss, one of the most lopsided shutouts in modern MLB history. They have offensive struggles and coaching changes. The team previously fired coach Henley Mullins, and a poor offensive start brought about the firing of manager Clint Hurdle as the new hitting coach. Fan sentiment, a recent survey indicated that only 44% of the Rockies fans believe Bud Black would remain manager through the end of the season, reflecting widespread dissatisfaction with the team's direction. I'll say this about the Rockies, and I think we've been talking about the Rockies. They've been on our radar for the last 3 weeks. We've been talking about them with the historic losses. They absolutely suck, but the ownership, just like how they do in Pittsburgh, they're okay with it because the fans come, and like I said, like I heard somebody said a couple weeks ago, when you go to Coors Field in Denver, Colorado, it's like you going to a bar and you have a baseball game playing in the background, pretty much.
It's background noise, brother.
Background noise, they sell out, they do well. They say it's a wonderful place to watch baseball.
It's a carnival, B. Come on.
And you just go and that's it. And, DA has taught us on this show that, the owners, don't want to win sometimes. They're okay with losing.
Yeah, for a profit.
We're here to go get the money. So we had an episode one time a couple years ago, Santa Claus is not real. And that's what we were alluding to. I know y'all think that, they say their prayers, they eat their vitamins, they do it the Hulk Hogan way. And we thinking that the ownership is going out of their way to do this. This right here tells you ownership in Colorado, Pittsburgh for baseball, they don't care. And unless baseball makes them spend, gives them a floor that they have to spend, you will continue to have these problems. And Dan, a hockey dude, he's been saying that about his team. You can't make them sell. You can't make them sell the team unless there's some kind of scandal, But I'll give it to the DA. DA, he likes to talk about sports and business. Go ahead, sir.
So it's about profit and the shareholders. Profit and shareholders. As long as you're making a profit and the shareholders are happy, the players could be working out and taking their vitamins and doing the Hulk Hogan dance before every game. The owner's not. He's drinking a martini and smoking a cigarette. He don't care. He don't care. We're making money. We're good. That's it. We're making money. We're good. We're good. And every few years, like that team in Florida used to do, they win the World Series and then they blow up the team the exact next year. We win the World Series, blow up the team. Win the World Series, blow up the team. So you can stay in your demographical era because people want you because you win every now and again. But you're not asking anybody to spend any extra money on you either. So
right.
it's a pretty cushy thing, especially like if you're in Cincinnati or somewhere like that, or Pittsburgh, where there's nothing else taking up that window, because there's no Cincinnati, basketball team or a Pittsburgh, basketball team. The Fisher say Pittsburgh, they went out of business some time ago. So, she's the only thing going, man. So you'll make enough money, and with the TV contracts paying for that, shoot, you're good to go. You don't need to do anything else. So, it's sad, but this is what happens. So,
yeah. Definitely, man. Let me, E, what you got on this about the Rockies and the abysmal start?
What we always say on this show, man, vote with your dollars. Obviously, the people in Colorado are quite pleased with what's going on because they still going to it. Ain't nothing else to be said, man. Nothing else to be said. The owner's happy. The people at the stands are happy. I guess the players are happy. They're not requesting a trade to get out of there. So it is what it is, man. That's it.
Mike Bristol makes a great point. Knicks, fine example. Knicks will sell out, as will the Yankees. It doesn't matter where they're at in the standings. It's a place to go.
Yep.
It's the place to be. D-Dubs, real quick.
Hey, nothing to say, brother. It's the place to go. Okay.
And we were saying it during the Isaiah years with the Knicks, how they went and the Knicks were abysmal, and they kept Tracy Morgan them and Spike Lee. They kept going. Spike is there tonight. They kept going and supported.
I wish he stopped going, but
yeah, that's a whole nother story. Yeah,
but hey, I don't know if y'all good with supporting mediocre or trash organization, trash teams. I mean, who am I, man? Who am I?
The Knicks are an event, man. You go there to do a business deal and get Jay-Z's autograph, not to watch basketball. Good, bad, or indifferent. People could probably care less about what the Knicks do.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at some of them fans like on the other night. What night? Saturday.
Yeah,
some of those guys was not these people that's there. They pay that premium, that high dollar tickets, man. And you know how when the shooters shoot a free throw and they're supposed to be wild fans in the background trying to distract them. Man, these people don't even care, bro. They just there. They're not even making no noise. They're not even they're not into the game, dog. These are not even real fans, man. These are just people who just hear something to do. They got some paper and they're able to buy a ticket.
Fans are the left.
These are not real fans, and that's why real fans is always locked out, can't see it. Not So
I heard the most stupidest thing, and I'm gonna go on to the NHL, NBA real quick. I heard the most stupidest thing the other day, and I forgot which thing it was on TikTok and I forgot which podcast, but you know who you are. They were saying for Major League Baseball, they want to, the World Series should be held at a neutral site. And I was like, no, because I was like, that's dumb.
Okay, why are you even entertaining this?
You work all year long to get home field advantage or whatever the case may be. And why would you do that? And that was just absolutely, they said, and so they was making comparison to the Super Bowl. And I was like, well, the Super Bowl ain't the World Series. It's
totally different
entities. The Super Bowl is one game. The World Series is a series of games, sevens, right? Yep. But I noticed that when I started looking at these, I said, okay, these guys really not really checking for baseball like that anyway. Because why would you say anything like that? Why would you?
They're not real fans, Kevin. They don't understand that there are people that go to those games all year long and like those teams. So when their team gets to be in the World Series and they get to go to those games, that's a lifetime thing that you want to do for your team. When you're a casual fan and you just go to the big events, it don't really matter to you because that's why you want the game. Can we have it in Arizona where the weather's always nice? But Arizona, no.
Yeah. You're right, DA. Casual fans with a microphone. When I saw that, I wanted to comment, but I I sometimes be getting on you because you be getting at the people. I say, you know what? I'm just going not comment, and I'll say something. But that made me this conversation here made me think about that and how we're just always trying to hijack sports and just make it this corporate event, because that's what it really is in hindsight, right? It's some of the stuff is corporate. And yeah, I get it. I understand sports is a business, but damn, man. You gotta take everything away from the fan. Everything.
Fans don't pay enough money, Kev.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I can't afford a luxury box suite.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's you always go into them, Kev. You see your jobs in the past. Yo, those luxury boxes, man. That's what keeps Yankee Stadium going, dog.
100%. Shout out to the Equitable and AXA. They absolutely blessed me. I've been to the U.S. Open. I've been to a couple of Yankee games, Met games, and been in the box. And they pay premium dollars for me to have my ties and little hot dogs in the thing, in the bun or whatever they call it. But it's just what it is. And I heard that. I was like, man, this is just the most stupidest casual CF thing that you can do. CF with a mic. That's when we just start calling people sometimes. CS with a mic. Shout out to y'all, man, because y'all just sound ridiculous. Anyway, let me just move on to the NHL. Don't laugh at me. The Winnipeg and Dallas series, that series is 2-1. Dallas is up 2-1. Dallas won last night 5-2. And then you have the series in the Toronto and the Florida series. That series is tied at 2 games apiece, with Florida coming back on yesterday, and they're winning that game. So, and I was telling people before, I was like, hey, are you concerned about Toronto being up on the Panthers? I was like, nope. I think Florida will make this a series, and I'm rooting for the Panthers, man. I think they got a good team, and I'm a Ranger fans, man, but I'm gonna have to be like D-Dog. I might have to go get me a Panther hat, man, this week. In fact, I might have to order one right after the show, man. Show the support for
Go ahead and get you a Canes hat while you at it, man. You still got roots here in North Carolina, man.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
2-0, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I was about to report on that. Yep, it's 2-0, right? Against the Capitals, 2-0, and that series is what's the series there?
2-1 Canes.
2-1 Canes. And then tonight you got the Golden Knights. They'll be visiting Edmonton and the Oilers. That series, Edmonton is up 2-1. They win tonight. They can be up 3-1. And Leon Draisaitl, he's been a plus 18. Excuse me, is it 18? 186 here during the series. It looks like so. We'll definitely be keeping an eye out here. Dan's not on tonight, but will Dan be on Thursday? I don't think Dan be on Thursday, but we'll get some content out here about hockey. Dan's our resident expert when it comes to hockey. I'm not, as you can see, but I love hockey. I watch hockey, but like I said, Edmonton is up 2-1 in the win tonight. They'll be up 3-1 against the Golden Knights. Let's move to the NBA real quick before we dip out.
What is going on at MSG, man? It was just tied.
Well, as we see, we're in the NBA segment as we speak. 36-28, the Knicks are up. The Celtics are up 36-28 with 11 seconds to go in the first quarter. Let me just go back to the game. What was that? The last game that they played here, where all the Boston shots fell. It looks like, Boston started attacking the basket. Amazing what happens when you do some of that stuff, right? When you attack the basket and this is from game 3. Let me give you a breakdown. Like I said, the Knicks are down. The Knicks almost gave up 40 points in the first quarter. So let's go to game 3 real quick. The Celtics offensive surge. Boston erupted with 20 made 3-pointers on 40 attempts. They shot 50% from 3. A stark contrast to their previous struggles and when they outscored the Knicks by 45 points from beyond the arc. Knicks defensive alignment backfired. Thibodeau decision to revert to drop coverage on pick and rolls, previously ineffective against Boston, allowed the Celtics shooters ample space. And this is from my main man at the New York Post, Zach Brasilia. He was kind of breaking this down. So some of the team statistics from game 3, shooter Knicks shot a dismal 5 for 25 from 3-point land. Free throws, Mitchell Robinson. I love money making Mitch, but he looks. I don't know, man. Can he throw it? Can he do the Rick Barry and just start doing it underhand, man? Because at this point, man, it's just not good. Thibodeau faced criticism for his team lack of preparedness and ineffective defensive schemes. I said the same thing. I said they came out flat there on Saturday afternoon. I don't know what it is. The crowd was hype. I said, how do you come out like this flat like this? And it looks like, again, no defensive intensity. And Boston has scored almost 40 points, scored 39 points
Fixed.
First quarter. What do you say, DA?
Fixed.
Hold on 1 second. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. Ow. There was something I had a sound for you, but I can't think of it right now. It's fixed. Okay, why you say it's fixed?
I just don't know how you play one game 2 days before, and the next game you can't hit the side of a barn. Like nothing. You had a defensive strategy 2 days before, and now you got nothing. I don't know. It seems to me like TV wants y'all on. Y'all don't want 5 game series, a 4-game series. Y'all need 6, 7, 8. I told y'all the NBA playoffs has to be on till at least August. So this is the way they do what they do.
You said August.
August.
Draymond is betting on the games too. So 5.5. That's what he said. That's what he got caught saying on the sideline. But I don't know. They kept this really quiet.
Wait, hold on. You had a breaking story there? What you got there, sir? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that.
Nah, I didn't see
that thing
it.
been going around talking about Draymond. He was on the court side. He was alluding to 5.5 point spread, and they got caught on the mic, but nobody has made it. So nobody's really said that about it. But
like see, like they're not supposed to be talking about no damn betting on TV.
Exactly. But,
I can't, dog.
Do you have a source, D-Dub?
It was Draymond. He said it. Yeah.
Draymond on TikTok, man. Draymond. Hey, I'm on TikTok with the rest of these young folks, man. Yo, that's where I seen it at. I don't know.
Yo, man,
I don't have
back to the Knicks, though. Back to the Knicks, though. I would just say this.
Yeah,
man.
sorry.
I would just say this, man.
Go ahead.
Like I said, the Knicks have only played 2 good quarters of basketball, which happens to be the fourth quarters of those first 2 games, right?
Facts.
Boston was not playing Boston type of basketball. Two things was not going to continue on through the series, okay? You was not going to have Boston missing all those 3-pointers, and you was not going to have OG Anunoby for as great of a season that he has had. You are not going to have 29 points a game throughout these series, okay? True. So, with that being said, I don't know what happened to like you said, how you come out flat. You're back home and you come out flat looking unprepared, looking like you're just here to show up. You put your little Knick jerseys on and you out there. Mitch looked like, I don't know. Mitch, I don't know. I don't know. Mitch doesn't look like to be in basketball shape, physically, mentally. I don't know, man. But the Knicks are in trouble. And we just talked about mediocrity. Now the Knicks this year, the last 2 years have been above mediocrity, but it's the same result. You get bounced in the second round. So what are the Knicks going to do? What are they going to do to change? Are we going to see these guys progress? There's not much higher of a ceiling that these combined players with said coach can go. This is about it. Yes. What happened? Yes, Michael Bristol. What happened to Precious? We don't know. He's on a milk cart.
Well, he don't play enough, man.
That's the point.
He played one time every 6 months. He barely can catch a pass.
Oh, I wish I had a police sound up here because we're the Menace Police, according to.
Yeah, I know. I just say, man.
Yes.
But me and D.E. said, they're a good team, not a great team. Listen, we know we're New York fans that we are known for jumping off the roof. But my knees are bad, so I don't jump off so many roofs anymore. So now I'm just like, they're not a better team than Boston. Now, if they win, they're lucky. But they are not a better team than Boston.
That is a fact.
Boston's a better team, man. Come on. We all know this. We be we're fooling ourselves and we acting like the Knicks is going to do it. Come on, man. I've done seen this game.
It'd be a great thing. It'd be a great thing.
Fantastic. But guess what, D? They're not it. It's not it. You know what it looks like. I know what it looks. You all know what it looks like.
And
it's not that.
If you're going to do the whole basketball thing for real, you can actually see how Indiana being there last year and going through what they went through.
Yes, good
made
point.
them better than Cleveland this year. Though Cleveland is a better team statistically, but they're not a better team as far as what they're doing, coach.
Indiana is handling it. Cleveland.
Well, Cleveland is done. They've given up.
Oh, that's a wrap. That's a wrap.
They gave up at the game too.
Now I'm not trying to throw nothing against what's my man name?
Donovan
Mitchell.
Yeah. Yo, man, there was one play where they gave up an easy basket, and he just all of the air, like you could just see him like the sigh of this is a disgrace on his face, his body language, and everything. And then later on, he got hurt, and I was like, if the man say he's hurt, he's hurt. But I think that was an exit to be like, you know what, I'm not dealing with this no more.
Man. Hey, look, he said, man, these punks quit, man. I done ended up on my back more times than a beep at a beep, beep, beep in that game. Right? I mean, he got fouled, hammered, boom, kept playing. Had 47 points. And they can't inbound the ball. The brother's like, listen, man, I'm done. I'm out. I'm from New York City, y'all. Y'all forgot this, right? I'm done. No. You got next. I'm out. Yo, you got next? Nah, I ain't got next. You got next. I'm out. So that's all that happened, man. He's done. Finished with it, man. And, another guy that may be asking for something at the end of this year after getting his money last year. Another dude that may be asking for something this year.
You really think so?
Why not? You got a team full of quitters.
They got some injuries too, D.
Dog, there were 3 guys that played the first game. They did not practice between the second game, and they were all out the second game. I saw Isaiah Thomas play with 1 foot bloody on the court. This is the playoffs, gentlemen. You got to understand, you do what your leader does. He did that. He went out there and played and got hurt and went hard.
Mm-hmm.
He looking at the rest of them dudes sitting there in jean jackets and shorts and suits and sweatpants like, yo, listen, man, I can't rock with you. Listen, man, those are leaders. When leaders look around and they see dudes are not on the same accord,
they're on the same page. Yeah.
They want to bounce. Now, they may not bounce, but I'm going to tell you, he wants to bounce. He's from New York City, man. He wants out. Because you know who you're playing with. You go to the park, you got your dudes there, you're going to run all day. Because you know your crew going to go hard. You get out there and dudes just, hat, foul. Oh, God. You got these dudes you don't know. You trying to bounce. Like, man, I can't play with these dudes.
Can't, no.
I can't do it, man. And he got some dudes with him, man. But they all didn't go hard that game.
So this series is 3-1, right? The Pacers and
before you move on, let's not take anything away from Indiana because
Indiana's playing good.
Confidence. If you look up supreme confidence in the dictionary, you will see a picture of this year's Indiana Pacers. Overrated? Okay.
Yeah,
Halliburton out there like this.
I got something for you.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be a good one. If they're gonna make it next round, and if they face up against Boston, it's gonna be pretty good. Yeah,
repeated last year,
mm-hmm.
But they did some things. They got some young kids that beat. What's the kid name begin with a B? Dark skin cat. They got some cats that they added this year on Indiana. That's gonna make it a little bit different than it was last year when they played against the Celtics.
You talking about the guy that got ejected in the last game?
Yeah.
I can't pronounce his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, they got a few dudes that's going to make it a little bit different. And you got to be physical and
run through him.
Yeah.
I don't know, Michael. Yeah. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what you're giving them.
I don't think so. Because the thing with this, Michael, is that it doesn't really matter what anybody else does with Boston. If they have a bad shooting night, they lose. You ain't even got to do nothing. You ain't got to press them. You ain't got to put them hard defense. You ain't got to do nothing. All they got to do is have a bad shooting night, and they are done.
But I think also game 3, they shot well, but they also went to the basket as well too. Tatum and Brown went to the basket as well.
And I think they just don't do it much.
No, they don't do it much, and I think that was part of their game plan. They said, "Yo, we shot whack the other night. We need to attack the basket as well."
Mm-hmm.
I think that was part. And now Knicks are still down. The Knicks are down by 13 with 7 minutes and change left to go.
Oh yeah, this game's over too.
Yeah, I mean, again, you can't keep on getting down 13, 20 points, 27. I mean, you just can't sustain this, man. This is unsustainable, and they keep doing it. So I don't know.
So don't call it a comeback.
No, definitely can't, man. Let me move on to this other. We talked about the Cavs and the Pacers. Like I said, that's 3-1. Nuggets and Thunder. That series is locked up 2-2. I'll give it to E. Your thoughts on the Thunder series with the Nuggets?
I think that this series is going 7, and I think whoever comes out of the series will ultimately go on to the finals. Both teams, it's hard to go against Jokic and this team, man. They've been there before. They know what is expected of them. They just got to go out and do it. And Oklahoma City still have to prove that they can do it. Everybody talks about how young they are and all the assets that they have or whatever, but you still got to go out there and prove it. You still got to go out there and be that team. And as we see in Cleveland, you could be dominant all year long, but the playoffs is a different animal. So I'm enjoying this series, but it's like I for one, I'm tired of the inconsistencies. Like DA said earlier, man. One day you hitting a good 50% clip, you go into the hole, you're making floaters, this and that, the third, and the next game nobody's near you and you're missing everything.
You speaking of teams in general, or you talk about
in general.
Bad coaching too, man.
Sometimes it makes it a hard watch, man. But like I said, I think the home teams will win out, and I think OKC will finally get over the hump and get into the conference finals, man.
Gotcha.
It's been a good series.
Yeah, I think, like you said, it's been a good series back and forth, and if they, you're right. If any one of these teams, they'll beat Golden State or the Wolves, T-Wolves. So, your thoughts on this series?
I kind of agree with Eric. I don't know about them beating Ant-Man, but stars shine brightest on biggest stages. So we'll see what happens if Ant-Man gets there or if the old guys get there. We'll see how that plays out. I don't know if or when Steph is coming back.
Is there a possibility tonight he's coming back, or they don't know?
Well, if he was, I'd trip him.
I heard game 6.
Minute he stepped on the court, I'm tripping him. So don't matter. So minute he get there,
stepping on feet and everything.
So, yeah, whole thing. We going hard at it, But the reality is that I think OKC probably has the best team of anyone left, as far as man for man, player for player. But that said, this is the playoffs, and the best individual player, there's a bit of an argument about, but in this situation, I would say Jokic is the best player left playing, period. So, and he can control it all. He can control it all. So he just has to make sure the rest of his dudes do what they're used to doing and maybe have a great Jamal Murray game, and then that takes them over the top. But again, it's going to be interesting. I think the West is far more entertaining than the East as of right now. I mean, save the 2 Knicks games that were, Brunson, and then, Boston got tired of hearing that, and they were like, yeah, let me shut this down right now. Hey, yo, Drew, you ready to play some defense now? Yeah. All right, boom, let's go. and that was going to be it. So,
So DA, you're not trying to hear "Go New York, go New York, go."
I've heard it for 2 nights. I'm good. They exceeded my expectations, man.
Yeah, I definitely my mine because you know where I had them. I had them swept out of here.
Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, I know good and well, and as well as everybody else knows that Boston is the better team. So I wasn't delusional when I said, yeah, the Knicks is going to get swept. It was a possibility. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, if you really want to keep it 100, this could be 3-0.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
We could be about to be going home tonight.
I mean, if you want to just keep it real,
tonight's the night.
Yeah, man.
The night.
And me and my dudes ain't playing. I mean,
that's right.
That's what it is.
Knicks are down by 6 as we talk.
Man. Yeah,
look,
I'm about to go to bed, man. I'm going.
I know I am, but I'm thinking I'm trying to give Kev the high sign now. Like,
I go to bed, and I'll probably just sleep as out all year. I've had a long day traveling, but before you go there, let's just talk about the Timberwolves series. That series is 2-1 Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler the other night, he had 33. Kuminga, he had 30 points. That's from the Warriors' performance. Randall, he had a triple double. He was 24 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds the other night, and the Wolves won by 5. And Anthony Edwards, he hit that 3-pointer. That baseline 3-pointer with about $120.
He hasn't had a good series at all. Really?
No, he hasn't. You're right.
No,
definitely hasn't.
It's scary when he gets to play right, though.
So Curry doesn't come back to Game 6. They're playing tonight, Game 4.
So that would be 3-1?
I don't know. Who knows?
If they win, it would be 3-3.
No, I'll say yes. It'll be 3-1 if the Timberwolves win tonight. Correct. So
watch out for the bet man on the side there. I keep it 100, man. I'm not lying to the peoples. Even though y'all, these people, a lot of these peoples, they're not my peoples yet. I'm not lying to the peoples, man. So look, I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you what's good. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to watch, you got something else to do. Just know the way the wind blowing in the sky. You'll know which way the game going. So.
Got you, D-Dub. You got anything on this series before we move on? And not move on. Looks like we're gonna get out of here.
No, man. I'm taking Ant-Man to get them out of here. Well, at least go up
3-1.
3-1. Yeah, I think if they could do it.
Gotcha.
There's no Steph and old karate chop guy.
Kung Fu Joe.
Kung Fu Draymond.
Kung Fu Joe. Yeah, man. Kung Fu Draymond.
Hong Kong Fu.
Hong Kong
yeah, man.
Yes,
he's starting to become. Well, he's not starting. He's been one of the ones that I'm just so tired of this guy, man.
Man.
Tired of his antics. Tired of him talking. He talks too much. He always think.
You guys are weird.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. And think he's the smartest man in the room and on the court, and that's not the case.
He's another one, man. He's just got that JJ Redick effect.
They're just smarter than us. We're just stupid because
these
we didn't
guys.
play.
So JJ Redick is Red Auerbach Jr. and I'm going to call Draymond Dennis Rodman Jr.
No, man.
I don't even think
Dennis didn't even talk about no basketball on the court, man.
No,
he
but
wear a dress outside. He wear a dress and do what he do, but he didn't even talk about I'm the best rebounder. I'm the best defender. You don't know what he never said nothing.
And Draymond is not even like that, man. He just end up on a team that he just
happened to be with who had two great shooters.
Glad Mark Jackson didn't cut his ass year 1 or 2.
Yeah, dog, and then they're gonna try. He's gonna go into the Hall of Fame. I don't know why. He won. He's on it. He's been carried by Steph. Steph and Curry. Steph and what's his face?
Clay.
Clay.
as
KD and Iguodala and everybody else.
Oh man, I mean, yes, he was a good defensive presence, man. But come on, stop
there
it,
was
man.
no centers in the league. There were no centers in the league. Let's stop bullshitting.
Thank you. I mean, let's stop.
And let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck too.
Yes, he was blessed.
Them early titles, I believe they had Andrew Bogut, right? Andrew Bogut was the miniature Jokic. He was setting passes up at the top of the key and all this other stuff. So come on, man.
How we forget, man?
How we forget? But you know what? I'm getting this ready for the clips because I know the haters is gonna be out there. You know, the long time Golden.
Fine, you know, ask me if I care.
The long time Golden State fans. You know, that's just only been a Golden State fan since this era. You know, we're gonna be labeled haters, and I'm cool with it because I'm sick of this dude, man. I'm sick of this dude. All the comparisons, all this stuff, and like you said, DA, you said it best. There hasn't been no omniposing centers during this era. None.
No, I mean, but he acts like he's Ron Artest, man. Stop. You know.
Stop that.
And
that's what I'm saying. He acting like it, D. Not like he is.
He did that tough guy till he turned around and Ron was dating like, what?
What's good, son?
He's like,
Queensbridge.
Hey, son,
Queensbridge, right? Queensbridge.
I didn't know you had that basketball.
Yeah.
The other Ron Artest had that ball. I will give you back this post position, sir. I will stand out here.
I'm just saying, man.
And he cost his team a championship.
Yeah, whatever.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe I get in my conspiracy bag being that he was, I don't know if he was down with Clutch then.
Yeah, he probably was.
Probably was. Got a bag and
white party.
Yeah.
White party.
That dude is whack. And yes, and he's made it all for you guys that got podcasts that is playing. This guy's like that guy. But you know what? Whatever, man. I'm sick of that guy, man. But I would like to end on a high note, but I don't think I have a high note.
Man.
Hey, look, man, Mark Jackson put together a good team.
He did.
They got rid of some guys, but there were, that was his defensive reign of dominance, I guess, if you want to call it that, coincided with the positionless basketball.
Mm-hmm.
There was no more centers. So, because that, like, if a Cat was real back then, I'm not saying he wasn't real, no disrespect, Cat, but if you was about that business back then, you would have dominated these dudes in the West. Because every time Boogie Cousins played him, he destroyed him.
Destroyed him, yes.
He wasn't ready for no center, real center, action. So, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yep. Dennis Rodman actually played against centers at 6'9", 7-foot dudes every night. So there's a big damn difference.
And locked up dudes.
In the post.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at
to all of the Golden State fans that is listening to us tonight, let us know if y'all would still have the rings that you have if you did not have Draymond Green on your team. I would like to know your thoughts on that because I think
that's a good question. That's an excellent question.
Sabonis. Substitute, David West.
Mm-hmm.
Substitute anyone you want there. And let me know if y'all think y'all would have still won. You probably say, yeah.
People say, Draymond, defensive this, defensive that. You also had Iguodala. I mean, come on, man. We're not going to act like you the only defensive player ever in Golden State.
And you had the two best shooting guards in NBA history. Yes, sir. Oh, no, that's my man. Don't. That's right, Mike. We gonna rep for Georgetown dudes.
Yeah. Yeah. I might have to go along with that one too, man. Yo, for real. I mean, man, I get tired of this guy so much, man. He's gotten on that list, man.
Anyone that keeps telling you that they're good, it's not that good. So that's just what the reality.
Let's say for the people in the back, if the person's got to keep telling you that they're good or they're a GOAT, they're not.
They're not.
Isn't that a Clutch logo? Isn't that a Clutch slogan? Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
You ain't got to explain a good joke. If you got to explain it, it's not a good joke. So
you ain't got to
explain. Just facts. So that's all.
You got to explain a joke, man. Listen, we're gonna get out here. Before I get out here, a couple announcements, man. Look out for WNBA is gonna be broken down by Dan and Ryan, and I'll be tagging along with them. So look out for that. Won't be live, but it'll be content coming out this week. The WNBA season starts this Friday. So check us out. We'll have it out here for you probably on tomorrow night or Wednesday morning, man. So check out the preview of the WNBA as Ryan and Dan, the hockey dude, and myself will be breaking it down as far as that come. Make sure you look out for us on Thursday night as we come back again for our Thursday night live show. And we thank you all for those that are newcomers to the show, those that came today. Check this out. Yo, tell somebody about the show. Tell somebody about the movie. Tell somebody about the sports as E got the merch up. Go support us, man, on the merch tip. So we thank you for all those that was watching this, checking us out today, man. And hey, we appreciate you for supporting us as we go on this podcasting journey and as y'all go along with us, man, because this has been a great journey. This has been a long thing going. Would you say D-Dubs? You laughing? I'm sorry.
No, it's laughing. I'm Mike. CC don't already want to MVP.
Nope, Mike, I'm not doing it with you, man. Listen, on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin Warren for the DA, for D-Dubs, for James, Eric, the angry one, for Dan, the hockey dude, for Ryan, the Souza, and for Mike Mills. Yo, this is the Sports Chasers podcast. Y'all be good, be blessed. Yo, we'll see you Thursday night, man. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Sports Chasers podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms and connect with us on all social media channels for exclusive content and updates. We'd also love for you to join the conversation, share your thoughts, and become part of the Sports Chasers community. And remember to tune in next time for some more real sports talk. Until then, stay frosty.